What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 228 of the Traffic and Funnel Show. My name is Bryant, and today's episode is sponsored by the cold and rainy weather that keeps happening in Nashville, and I don't understand why. Not really. Today's episode is actually from Chris Evans, and he recorded this clip on how to adjust when things go wrong. Now, if you've been in business for any amount of time at all, you know there are setbacks and things that happen all along the way at every different level. And the way that you respond to those setbacks determines the outcome that you have. So Chris talks about lead indicators. He talks about having the right inputs, and he also talks about how to adjust with something called the inverted mental model, which they've talked about in other trainings. But in March of 2019, Traffic and Funnels actually hit a milestone of $1 million in a single month. And we've done that every month since. So it's been an amazing journey over 2019, but we packaged all of that into a training called $1 Million Month. And you may have seen it around, but we just added it to our product directory on the website. So if you go to trafficandfunnels.com/products, you can see the $1 Million Month training right there in the list. And we'll be adding new products to that every week this month. But definitely check that out. If you like this podcast, it's definitely more in depth and you get the full experience of what it took to hit $1 million and all of the setbacks and all of the things that went wrong and how we adjusted through 2019. So definitely check that out. Again, it's trafficandfunnels.com/products. Hope you enjoyed today's episode with Chris Evans on how to adjust when things go wrong. Check it out.
You're listening to the Traffic and Funnels Show.
What's up, everybody? Chris here, driving in the car on my way to lunch, and I just had some thoughts that I wanted to share with you about what you do when things go wrong or seemingly they are not going your direction. What do you do? And this is fresh at the top of my mind because we just have a product that we're having some issues with. And, how did it get to the place where we were profitable and then I get an email today, we're not profitable and, we are losing money. What do you do? Well, I've got some thoughts. If you've ever been in a place where you're an entrepreneur, you're growing things, it is very easy for you to become emotionally compromised. And when you get an email from somebody in your finance department or you look at the numbers and it's like, oh my God, we're not in the black, we're actually in the red. What's going on? It's probably because your lead indicators have not gotten your attention, right? Some focus somewhere has been lost. And so I just want to give you some thoughts on what you need to do, what you need to be doing to adjust when things go wrong. One, you need to have the end in mind. You need to have the ends in mind. So you need to know where you're going for the day, for the week, for the month, for the quarter. Okay. And so no matter if you're thrown off, something happens, it's so easy to get emotionally compromised when things go wrong because we have that survival mechanism. We kind of get heated up. Maybe the anxiety level goes up, the stress level goes up, and our emotions can tend to take over unless you implement what I'm talking about. One, you know where you're going. You have the end in mind. You are looking at your goals every single day. Two, your vision, the joy, the enjoyment, it's tied to that. Right? It's something that you love. And you know that if you get through this, if you deal with this stuff, if you overcome these obstacles, then what you have waiting is something awesome. Whether it's a certain amount of money that you want to give to a charity, or it's for me in the past has been buying my wife her dream house, me and the family getting a lake house, getting a boat, being able to travel, right? There's big vision things attached to the journey and dealing with the issues. The next part of that is when you have the end in mind, you're able to, and I've talked about this in one of our trainings called the $1 Million Month, you're able to use a mental model, a way of thinking called inverted thinking. When you see the ends, then you're able to work backwards the way to get there, right? So if my end in mind is to get 20 clients a month, what exactly will it take for me to get to that point? So if the wind comes and blows me off course, then I'm able to course correct because I know what the lead indicators need to be every single day and week to get to that destination. I know how to course correct because, if I figured out if I want 20 clients a month, how many phone calls do I need, how many applications, how many opportunities do I need, not only on a monthly basis, but on a weekly and a daily basis. So if something goes crazy, a bizarre happens, whether it's business or personal, I'm able to course correct, right? If I know that I need to have 10 conversations a day, then I'm able to quickly get back on track, right? Having the end of mind gives me clarity on exactly what I need to be doing, right? And I'm able to think through potential issues, potential problems that might come and hedge for that. So, for example, if my best case scenario is I'll hit my goals on 10 conversations a day, then that's probably not safe. I don't have any built-in margin there. So what I would do is I would say, okay, well, if best case scenario is if I have 10 conversations a day and I close 5 people, from those conversations or whatever, then I need to probably have 15 conversations, right? Just for an example. So now I have margin built in. Now I have safety so that when I do have a day that is bad and I do have a day that things are going wrong, I've built in margin. I've bought myself some opportunity to course correct. I'm not walking so close to the line, so close to the edge that one like gust of wind can blow me off and I'm, in ruin financially, emotionally, all the above. Right? So you have to have an end in mind. You have to know where you're going. You have to have your vision tied to when things get difficult, you have the ability, the strength, the will, just to get back on track. You have to know where you're going so that your plan is broken down day to day so that you can focus on the lead indicators. How many leads do I need? How many conversations do I need? How many new buyers do I need every single day so that I can get to that destination? I can cross that goal. I can hit the finish line, and that you're not relying, you're not in danger to being, overtaken by your emotional state. And when you're compromised, this is really, really important for you to be on the track for the long term and accomplishing the goals that you want. So what do you do when things go wrong? Again, have an end in mind. Have your lead indicators broken down, right? How many conversations, how many opportunities, how many actual email leads or buyer leads, front-end product leads do I need to hit the goal, hit the destination, cross the finish line? Have your vision attached so that whenever it gets hard, it gets difficult, you are grounded, you're rooted in a big accomplishment, a big thing that big reward at the end, whether it's a vacation, whether it's, a certain amount of money in the bank, whether it's a new house, a car. These are, all things that we use to keep us on track. And work yourself backwards. Know that what you need to do to accomplish that goal, what is it? Right? On this every single day basis. So you can plan ahead and build margin in so that when you do have those days that are bad, they don't go your way, Facebook shuts you down, you've been wise and built margin into your protocol that you get to the end of the month and you're on track. So hope this helps. Let us know if we can help you. Hit us up and we'd be glad to.
To get instant access to the $1 Million Month training that Chris talked about today, you can find it in our store at trafficandfunnels.com/products. Again, that's trafficandfunnels.com/products. You'll also find our other podcast episodes and blog articles right there on the website.
Thanks for listening. For more from Chris and Taylor, visit trafficandfunnels.com and get a free gift just for being a subscriber. That's trafficandfunnels.com.
I think the key to winning in every area of your life, your business, your relationships, your influence is actually being selective in creating and curating and protecting the environment and the network you build for yourselves. It wasn't always this way. You couldn't just roll up to a party with John Rockefeller back in the day, 200 years ago. You couldn't buy an event ticket to learn from Cornelius Vanderbilt and the wealthiest people of the day and age. There were people at the top and people at the bottom, and the divide between these two classes was significant and difficult to overcome. One of the greatest strategies in today's environment, you can actually invest in being in the right rooms with the people you want to learn from. People who have done everything that you want to do. They've learned every lesson in the book and they've paid dearly for it. Why wouldn't you rather invest into learning from another person's mistakes? Grab the rule book, grab the recipe, And that's what this opportunity is all about. Together as a group, mutually benefiting from everyone else's successes and failures. I hope that you're there.
Get more information and secure your spot at trafficandfunnels.com/braintrust. That's trafficandfunnels.com/braintrust.